Now to the graffiti vandals who are so brazen they film their own dirty work. It's vision you have to see to believe. As they break into railway stations to leave their mark, they even have the keys to the train. Well, now we have the video. Here's Damien Hansen.
They've got the keys and they're in uniform. They're the undercover graffiti agents making a mockery of rail security and the law.
These guys have to be caught. They deserve to be caught and stopped.
What you're watching is a criminal showreel, a trophy called River City, an underground production highlighting the gaping holes in security across the Queensland rail network. The vision was handed to us by a concerned viewer, frustrated with police inaction and fearful graffiti attacks had now moved beyond vandalism. Now the public were at risk, and you're about to see why. Using state-owned trains as their canvas and Queensland rail uniforms as their cover, the graffiti gangs show just how easy it is to access train holding yards. And in the most shocking security breach, one criminal is caught here, using keys to access a driver's cabin.
The public, they're paying for this. It's taxpayers are forking out for these idiots, and meanwhile they're risking people's lives.
Shadow Minister for Transport, Fiona Simpson, is calling for a full investigation into how keys to taxpayers' trains ended up in the hands of criminals.
Regardless of who's involved, whether they're impersonating QR employees or who's got hold of these clothes and these keys, this has to be investigated.
Whoever they are, they're organised. Keeping watch for each other, most of their work is done at night, but some brazen raids are made during the day. And they don't like being interrupted. When confronted, this criminal makes a run for it, but not before darting back to add a finishing touch to his crime. Most of their work is done here at the Bowen Hills Rail Yard. They gain access under fences and through gates. In high visibility workwear, they go undetected. We showed the footage to Queensland Rail's Corporate Affairs Manager, Martin Ryan.
Let me assure all of you and your public watching here tonight that we are going to fully investigate this. I thank Today Tonight for bringing this footage forward. This is helpful for us to help capture these people, these vandals and these criminals.
Martin says even if vandals did have access, starting a train is not as simple as turning a key.
The keys can access the cabin, but the processes and the procedures involved are more than just putting a key into ignition like a car.
But in some cases, they hitch a ride anyway. When the train stops, they emerge like tip rats. While hiding their identities, they're happy to share their exploits, costing taxpayers millions every year.
Oh, that's just idiocy.
Tonight, we're riding with them, hoping to expose them as they document their illegal handiwork. The gang members flee when confronted, but not before recording their deeds. Watch here as nearly the whole train is covered in paint.
It needs to be fully investigated. This DVD needs to go to police and QR needs to act.
Is it the case we've just become too tolerant of graffiti vandals? Or could we learn something from Singaporean authorities who just 2 weeks ago sentenced a man to 5 months prison and 3 lashes of the cane for graffitiing just 2 train carriages?
I certainly think they do have something to fear about being caught and put before the courts.
Detective Inspector Mark Ainsworth heads Queensland's Organised Crime Unit. We showed him the DVD this afternoon.
These vandals, they're not the smartest vandals around. As we see, they're filming their own work. The footage that you've had tonight quite clearly shows these people at their work, and someone in the community would certainly know who these people are.
Inspector Ainsworth says more than 5,000 offenders have been charged with graffiti offences since a task force was established in 2008.
I can certainly assure you that from our point of view that all offences of graffiti are taken seriously and are investigated along with any other criminal offence.
Clearly, there is more to be done.
We'll use this footage, we'll investigate the way these people are accessing these properties and look at better ways of doing things.
It's time that the tables were turned on them. Somebody will know who they are, and it's time to make sure that people who are doing these things face the full force of the law.
Yeah, the big question is why would you do it in the first place? Problem is, we've got to pay to have it cleaned up.